welcome to Session 3, Dreams to Reality, Author Your Dream Action Plan, the audio-visual version. In Section 3, we will be starting with Chapter 2, and Chapter 2 starts with a quote, "Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free." Jesus Christ. Chapter 2, Trade belief systems that enslave for belief systems that free. Now, the reason I ask you to bring your courage with you to this chapter is that you are truly going to need it. The workbook will challenge you to dig deeply into your belief systems, those that you have subconsciously adopted as the unquestioned assumptions. These unquestioned assumptions have been so deeply implanted into our psyche that we barely sense them there. They are deeply held and deeply hidden assumptions such as, "I'll never look good enough," and "no matter how hard I work, I will always be in poverty," and "no matter how hard I try, I'm just not good enough." As human beings, we have caught these assumptions from parents, teachers, religion, and culture, and have rarely questioned them. They have become as invisible as the air we breathe, but nonetheless they are powerful limiting influences. If we were to strip away these beliefs, we would feel as if we were literally floating in space without gravity. Belief systems give us structure and purpose by creating a sort of psychic gravity so that we can move through the space of our life with direction. People without strong belief structures may find themselves living lives many of us would consider unfulfilled, unethical, unlawful, and unsuccessful. We consider these lives as not contributing to society or as subtracting from everyone who comes into contact with them. We hold on tightly to our limiting belief systems lest we become like them. False or limiting belief systems are those that keep us in bondage to something that does not serve our best interests. Belief systems have their purpose, but at some point, those of us who want to become successful dream doers will drop old belief systems that no longer serve our highest aspirations. Belief systems are powerful. Beliefs are incredibly powerful. Whatever you believe is true actually becomes true for you and your circle of influence. The Self-Imprisoned Bird by Tom Russell is an incredible story that demonstrates the power of our beliefs. The Self-Imprisoned Bird. Several years ago, my wife and I were in Colorado for a speaking engagement. We had an afternoon free and visited the local zoo, sauntering back to the exotic bird section. We saw a circular fence probably 18 foot high and some 60 feet across. It was very odd to us that the fence had no top on it. We observed a rare bird in the far corner. I reasoned that keepers must have clipped its wings so it could not fly away. Then suddenly the bird went into full flight into a tree on the other side of the cage. Obviously I was wrong. The bird's wings were fine. I found a zoo attendant and asked why the bird didn't fly away. "The reason is very simple," he said. "The bird was raised in captivity. When it was young, it was placed in a cage with a top on it. Every time it tried to fly away, it would hit the ceiling. Now the bird never tries to escape it. It's convinced the top of the cage is still there." This story is a demonstration how we can let belief systems limit us in our ability to soar to the heights of our dreams. Belief systems that set you free. "Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free," said Jesus Christ. It is one of the most important truths in the Bible. When Jesus spoke of truth, it wasn't about the rules or religious practices. He broke the rules. Against the prevailing belief systems of the day, Jesus healed on the Sabbath day. He said such things as, "Let the dead bury their dead," and "the poor will always be with you." His point was that there is a bigger truth than the rules, and if we desire freedom, we will discover and honor the truth for ourselves. We cannot be bound to the rules if we seek truth. The power of the present moment. The simplest way to live truth is to live in the present moment, where our greatest power is. If we are connected with our Creator in the present moment, we will automatically know our true desires, true strengths, and true talents. God gives us the desires of our heart, another powerful truth from the Bible. It is God who plants those unique desires into our hearts. Therefore, our heart's wisdom is something to be trusted. To follow our desires requires courage, since we are required to explore our hearts and to act on intuition and faith, rather than taking the advice of authority. In doing so, we risk the ridicule of those who make and keep the rules. However, those in authority often do not have our best interests at heart. They may not even be aware of the agenda they serve. Many in authority, such as doctors, executives, and politicians, are selling something: pharmaceuticals, fast food, fashion, and policy. There is nothing wrong with these things, but it is important that we know who we are and what we need in the present moment. It is the only way to avoid becoming a slave to another's greed, selfishness, or bottom line. As we become trained consumers and trained workers, our imagination is recruited to another's agenda, which slowly robs us of our desire, passion, and creativity. We are no longer whole people while we serve someone else's vision, lifestyle, and pocketbook. Investing in ourselves wisely. Living in the present moment takes courage, honesty, and self-understanding. Investing in yourself creates the biggest payoff ever. We simply need to take time to be aware and honest with ourselves regarding the reruns we play in our minds and hearts over and over and over again. Often those reruns are about an emotional trauma that we have not resolved. Training ourselves to live in the present moment gives us the answer. We must confront the pain body spoken of by Eckhart Tolle to reside in the present moment and to experience true healing and wholeness. Awareness of those situations in which we invest our energy, money, and time that do not serve and enhance our true self is key. Aware of who we are in the present moment, we realize that we have been doing almost everything for approval. Some of us would sell their own soul. Some would sell their own soul to gain the whole world, is another truth spoken by Jesus. He is saying that when we sell our souls, what we get is temporary external approval. That is not investing in ourselves. It's investing in those who are robbing us of integrity, autonomy, independence, and our very soul. To know thyself is to love thyself. As we begin to invest in ourselves and begin to know our true selves, we gain freedom from our imprisoning belief systems, whether they are mediocre cultural beliefs, parents' misappropriated expectations, or even guilt-producing religious dogmas. Once you reach adulthood and become an independent person, you no longer need the approval of those around you, as you once did in order to survive the precarious early years of life. Once you free yourself from false and limiting beliefs, true approval comes from within. Each day you can honestly say to yourself, I accept, love, and approve of myself just as I am, and I am thankful for this. This powerful inner truth practiced in the present moment is the beginning of creating a powerful belief system to free you to be your most incredible, beautiful, powerful, loving self. Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Now, why not pick up your newly found freedom from false belief and come on over to chapter 3. Key points to remember from chapter 2. Number 1, subconscious belief systems can be enslaving. Number 2, awareness heals false belief agendas. Number 3, investing in yourself is the best investment ever. And number 4, to know yourself is to love yourself. Number 5, adopt a truthful belief system that sets you free. Now, the power study for this subject on belief systems, if you need to go further into understanding this, the power study we recommend is a documentary called What the Bleep Do We Know? It's by Captured Light Industries and it's a Lord of the Wind film. This movie is a documentary of interviews with scientists and spiritualists involved in the research of quantum physics, where reality meets physics. The focus is how the observer alters the physical physics of reality by his very beliefs and expectations. Okay, now that ends Chapter 2 about belief systems of the audio-visual version of the Dreams to Reality Action Plan, Introduction to Dream Planning.